Okay, I hope this works out. I am going to go through the 3 most challenging homework problems based off the results of the first correct on first attempt for homework 3. And first of all, let's look at number 7. This is a chocolate one. We have a schedule that shows a demand schedule for Vanessa and Angela, and they're the only 2 people in the market. So let's go ahead and graph these out. At $8, she will demand only 1 unit of chocolate. So that is right there. At $1, she will demand 3 units of chocolate. So let me go down to right there. Okay, let's go a little bit. You can see better. Next, we have Angela at $8. The market demand is for 3. So that's right there. And while we're at it, what is the entire market? At $8, Vanessa asked for 1 unit of dark chocolate. Angela asked for 3. So 1 plus 3 is 4, which we can move right there. Let's see, Angela, she wants at $1, she'll buy 5 units of dark chocolate. So 5 plus of Angela and Vanessa's chocolate comes to 8 units of chocolate. The entire market is a summation of every single individual market participant. We just have 2 in there. Let's look at these questions. After a while, Angela gets sick of eating the bitter chocolate and decides to cut back on dark chocolate and enjoy some white chocolate more. What happens as a result of Angela's decision? The market for dark chocolate will decrease. Yes, it will decrease to the degree that Angela no longer eats dark chocolate. Angela's individual demand for white chocolate increases. Yes, she has a change in taste and preferences. Angela's individual demand for dark chocolate decreases. Yeah, as much as she's substituting her white chocolate for dark chocolate. White chocolate is good, but I don't know, dark chocolate is better. But those are my taste and preferences. Vanessa's individual demand for dark chocolate increases due to compensate for Angela's decreased demand. No, nothing in here says anything about any change of Vanessa's demand for dark chocolate. So there's the answer for question number 17. Let's go to that's number 7. Yeah, let's go to question number 12 now. Horizontal sum. So what happens? The graph contains a supply curve for 2 firms for stuffed animals. Place the market supply curve at the correct location on the graph. The market supply curve is a summation of both firm 1 and firm 2. So what happens? We can move, this wants something in the bottom. So if we add 1,000 to 4,000, 1,000 plus 4,000 is equal to 5,000. So there's the bottom point. The top point is this one right here. It's 3,000 plus 6,000. So that would bring us out to 9,000. If firm 2 went away, the entire market demand would look like firm 1. If firm 1 went away, the entire market demand would look like firm 2. If they both went away, then or the supply curve, excuse me, not demand, then they would look nothing. It would just be nothing at all. So as long as both firms are in there, this is what the market supply curve will look like. A third firm would mean a market supply increase. Yes, if you had one more firm that looked like what the green bar is, and you'd add up all these 3 or whatever it is, you'd add up each one of the entire supply for those. A third firm would mean firm 1 and 2 would lower output to accommodate well, not necessarily. There's nothing in here that says the supply has to remain constant. If there was some market government intervention, that might be the case, but nothing in this indicates that is the case. The last one, higher prices of stuffed animals. No, quite the opposite would happen. All we have here are changes in the supply curve, factors of supply, which would mean that you'd hold the demand curve constant, and you would see both an increase in quantity and a lower price per stuffed animal in this scenario. So these are all this has to do with supply. So firm 1 supply plus firm 2 supply equals the market supply. And adding more firms would just increase the supply. That's question number 12. Let's go to question number 19 at this point. Okay. hypothetical market for analog TVs. 2009, the FCC mandated that all broadcasting originates in the US must be broadcast digitally instead of the traditional analog signal. Both the sellers and consumers were made aware of the upcoming switch from analog transmissions, the announcement of the switch to digital. What's going to happen? Well, if I were selling analog TVs, I would want to get rid of all of them as soon as I could, because I know there's an expected, say, a factor of supply is that there's a seller expectation that they will no longer be on the market. So if I'm selling these, I would move my supply curve, my today's supply, as much as I could to dump the inventory out. If I'm a buyer, I think I would probably, if I knew that my analog TV wasn't going to be working, I wouldn't go out and buy one. So we see a reduction in demand for that. In this case, we would see, well, we would definitely see a drop in price. There was, let me annotate. We went from this equilibrium price right here down to this new equilibrium price. The quantity would change either way, depending on how much the supply and demand curve change. Given the amount that they let us change in this scenario, it would only change, it wouldn't change at all, because the supply and the demand curve would compensate for each other, but you definitely see a drop in the price for these. Okay, well, good. I hope that clarified some of those more difficult homework questions. Please let either your TA or myself know if you have any more questions regarding these problems. Thank you.